We're doing Super Metroid. We'll just go ahead and delete this one since it has the worst time on it. I've beaten this game many times over the years. If you hear strange noises in the background, it's my coffee pot and my kitty. Sorry if this video is kind of weak. I didn't get the proper amount of sleep last night. But we're going to get through this. By the power of fast forward. Great. Okay. Well, that was terrible, but who cares? Alright, next elevator. I guess when we go back up, we're going to use that as an excuse to go grab my coffee cup. Morphing ball. Missile. One of the great things about using fast forward in this game is the fact that you don't have to hear do 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 every frickin' time. Ah, coffee. The audio quality should be a little better in this video. I turned the gain. I don't do that little pussyfoot like halfway in between bullshit. So I turned the gain all the way up. All the way up. Not halfway, all the way up. That's the philosophy that I live by. Like in Sekiro, hesitation is death. It's part of the same philosophy. Why would you ever do anything half-heartedly? Do it with your entire mind, body, and spirit, and mean it, and have no regrets. or don't do anything at all. For some reason, my wall kicks are not working right now. Wall kicks will not work, apparently. We'll do that game next, I think. Nice little mock ball there. Such a pro. Alright. And I like to run back and kill some of these to get extra missiles. Missiles. Don't you love this game? What do you guys think about this game compared to Metroid Dread? I would say this game is like a solid 9 out of 10. And I think Metroid Dread is, I would consider it like an 8 out of 10. It's good, don't get me wrong. I just think that this game's better. Oh, and I have to rant about this. Whenever I say something older is better, you always get that person on the internet who's like, oh, you just liked everything better from when you were a kid. Well, I never played this game when I was a kid. In fact, I don't know a single person who played Super Metroid as a child. Were you that kid? Honestly, let me know in the comment section if you were the one kid who played Super Metroid. I want to talk to that kid. You had an interesting life experience, I would say, actually. Because everybody else was playing, like, normal games, like Super Mario World. Like, who was the actual kid who got to play Super Metroid? If you said the word Super Metroid to me as a kid, I was kind of closed-minded when I was a kid. Like, I probably didn't like, what is that? And just instantly, like, went back to Super Mario World. That would have been my way of dealing with that. Look at all these missiles, and then we're getting more missiles. We're getting super missiles and more missiles in this room, too. Excuse me, out of my way. Let me in there. Out of my way. Well, do we grab these? I guess we do. Can't hurt to have an extra missile pack, can it? I mean, we would have got it later when we come back through here, but... Alright, young man. You need to stop. Control yourself. Another game where people say, oh, you just like it because everything was better when you were a kid, is Final Fantasy VII. I didn't play that game until, believe it or not, my first experience with Final Fantasy VII was in 2011. And I remember it because that was when I first bought my first game computer. Gaming PC. Holy crap, I have 39 energy. I'm about to die. I'm more focused on my story than living. Let's try it again. Woo! Isn't that fun? I would say Final Fantasy VII is the best Final Fantasy game. I know that's like a very standard opinion. Some people say it's the best game of all time. Well, I don't know about that. I think conceptually it stands to be the best game of all time, but they would have to imagine Final Fantasy VII when VR is actually like proper and not just a stupid. I think Nintendo kind of tainted the idea of VR with the Virtual Boy, because it's just like people at the time were just like, this is VR, this is what it's like. It's all red and black. It's all like what is this? It was lame. Imagine when you can... This will happen. Someone's going to say I'm crazy. Someone's going to say like I'm a hobo conspiracy theorist out on the street or something. This will happen. Remember that people said there wouldn't be a color TV. They were like, well, you know, something, for some technological reason, yeah, it'll just never exist. Sorry, there'll never be a color TV. Don't be that asshole in my comment section, because people are going to make fun of me for what I'm about to say. There's going to be entire virtual worlds where you plug yourself in like in the frickin' Matrix, and it won't entirely be a good thing. It'll be like people will get addicted to it, people will blah blah blah. I know free will and all that. I side more with that, but there will be people who will legitimately be addicted to it. And will choose that over the real world. In many ways, people already choose video games over the free world, or the real world. So, what's gonna stop them when, like, things are even better? Now, back to what I was originally saying. Imagine Final Fantasy VII. Whether you like it or not, someone will say, oh, well, that game sucks. Why would you picture it with that game? Just bear with me for a second. Imagine the world of Final Fantasy VII with its music and its atmosphere and its incredible characters. Crap. In a proper, not a stupid VR like Virtual Boy. Imagine that in a proper VR. As I'm dying. And then it's like, it's no wonder people will become so addicted to that. I can't frickin' move. The claw is dragging me down. At least we got one super missile on him. There. Luckily Kraid's easy, so... My goodness, look at all that health. We got the Varia suit. Those kind of near-death experiences is what happens when you, pay more attention to your talking and your speculation of what will happen in the future than the crisis immediately in front of your face. How about some missiles or something? I don't like how they block the hole. Like, get out of my way. I need to get out of here. Hate to waste a super missile on him, but I'm kind of out of missiles. I think people will go into the Matrix type system, and I think there will be people who actually kind of like go in there for so long they forget about the real world. And then they come out and they just want to go back in because that's where all their money is, that's where all their status is, that's where their girlfriend is, that's where like everything that they care about is. Why would they want to come out? I think we can expect to see all this in our lifetimes. It's not like it's going to be an epidemic. Like, it's not like it's going to be like 90% of people doing this, but it'll be 1%. Maybe. I'm burning. Help me. Is all that's in here 2 missile packs and a reserve tank? Because maybe it's not good to come in here. Maybe it's like not meaningful. I don't like these fiery seahorses, by the way. That's such a lame idea, isn't it? Like, what if we just took the species of Earth, bastardized it slightly, and what if instead of swimming around the ocean, they swim around in the lava? Ooh. Cool idea. I thought this was supposed to be an advanced alien life form species. Like, you'd think advanced alien life forms would be able to come up with better species ideas for creatures. Well, I'm kind of misspeaking, aren't I? It's not like the species of the planet invents the other species, but to some degree we do. Like with little cats and dogs and stuff like that. Ow! They're hurting me, kitty. They're hurting me with lava. Ah! I leaped before I looked. Ha! We didn't get hit by the spikes. Not yet. We probably will on the way out. The WAV beam. In Metroid Dread, the WAV beam is one of the most valuable beams. Before we know it, we're going to have the steel beam and the wood beam and the whatever else. Up, up, up. We've got the missile. Here's everyone's favorite, speed booster. Woohoo! It's even more fun with me because I use it with fast forward. Alright, now I think we just have to get out of here. Oh wait, we gotta grab the ice missile, duh. I almost forgot. It's been a while since I played this game. What game are we going to do next? Well, I already said I would do Mario 64 next. I keep talking and thinking about Fallout New Vegas, but I just can't bring myself to play it recently. I want to make sure I'm really in the mood to play it. When I choose to do that one. Don't get me wrong, I'm vaguely in the mood to play it, but like not super. So it's probably going to go. I don't know if it's even a good idea to announce what videos I'm going to do next, because it might be better if it's just a surprise. I'll just tell you that I'm thinking about Super Mario 64, and I'm thinking about, let's just get hit by this thing, and I'm thinking about Dark Souls lately. Those are the games that have been on my mind. No guarantees, though. There are no guarantees in life at all. I could frickin' walk down the street tomorrow and some psycho goes, "I hate you, you're my father." He'll just appear and say something crazy like that and just shoot me. Had me confused for someone else. I once saw someone online say that they were aroused by Samus being eaten by the flower. Like, that's kind of screwed up. Explain to me what's sexy about this. Literally nothing. Get better taste, people. Have you ever looked at Samus? Here's a good fantasy relating to Samus. How about just effing her? How about that? She's hot. That's all you need. Why do you want her to be eaten? I'm not a Puritan. I'm not a I mean, I guess that's the best way to put it. Let's just say I'm not a Puritan. But there's one thing I will not accept, like for real. And you'll see what I mean relating to a certain Fallout New Vegas character. You'll see what I do to him. There's one thing in life that just can't be accepted. We'll just leave it on that note. Some of you who will already know who and what I'm talking about. That is unacceptable. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you want to try to figure it out before I get to it, it relates to a certain character in one of the casinos in Fallout New Vegas. Whoa! Whoa! I almost fell off. Wow, we're already at Fantoon. I better slow down. Don't want to beat the game too quickly. Then I would have to turn on another game so I could continue my mad ramblings. I was going to say I mixed ranting and rambling, so it came out a little weird. Here we are, Fantoon. I came up with a little question just now, and then I decided not to ask it because everybody would give the same answer. I was going to say, if you could be one of the bosses in this game, which one would you be? Fact. Every single person would pick Ridley, for the if nothing else, just for the fact that he can fly. Like, who would be a sea creature? Who would be a dead sea creature? Who would be Kraid, who can barely move around and is obese? Who would be Mother Brain, who just gets wrecked? I mean, I guess it comes down to, would you rather fly or would you rather be strong? Would you rather be very strong and be able to fly, or would you rather be super strong but you can't fly? Everyone would pick flying. Fantoon, open up the eyeball. Thank you. Let's just get this fight over with. Stop being a smarty pants. Just open up the eyeball and accept the missile. Could be one more wave of normal missiles, and then we could hit him with the super missile, I guess. If you do the super missiles, he activates a special attack that's slow and annoying, so you don't want to overdo it with the super missiles. In fact, you don't want to do it at all with the super missiles until, you know, he's about to die. Seriously? Alright, now we can nail him with a super missile, and I'm pretty sure he would die. I was facing the wrong frickin' direction. There we go. Okay, we're back in business. The shrimpin' business. I forgot I could bomb jump, and I was like, how do I get in there? Oops, I got stuck. Can you get stuck in this game? Is that even possible? I would imagine that they designed it so well that that's just not possible. But you never know. I would imagine if you get into an area, there's no way that you can't get out. Is there any room in the game you can't get out simply by using wall kicks? Even if maybe you have to do a little trickery, you might have to do some advanced wall kicks, but you should be able to get out of any kind of room, I would think. I always try to reverse engineer and I try to think of things from the developer's standpoint, like how they structured the game. I'm just going to leave that as a really vague statement, because if I start to elaborate on that, it's going to sound really stupid and wishy-washy. But I do try to get inside their head and like try to think from their perspective, like how would they do certain parts of the game. I also, because of the camera angle here, I may be wrong, I may be right, but I always think that there's something up there. Is there something up there? I think there is, and I just don't know how to get to it. Geez, you're better off with those things. You're better off just spamming normal shots at them. What do we have here? Hi, kitty. Careful, kitty. She doesn't understand that the gain is way up on my microphone now. Hi. Kitty. So anytime she walks across the desk or makes a little noise, everyone's gonna hear it now, super loud. All right, what do we have here? Ah, kitty, be careful. I can't let her get on the desk again. She's gonna murder you guys, especially those of you using headphones. Kitty, you're my favorite kitty. You're my favorite kitty in the whole world. She's very happy right now. I knew I would get hit an extra time because I was in an awkward swing. Wait, is it better go this way first, or is it better go the other way first? I don't think it matters necessarily. It's probably better to go this way first, actually. Look at my poor health bar. About to die. Good thing I picked up a reserve tank. Alright, gravity suit. Guys, this game is almost over. Can you believe we've beaten one boss and we already have the gravity suit? Well, no, we've beaten two. We beat Fantoon as well. I forgot about that. But we already have the gravity suit and the game is pretty much done. This is not a long game, is it? Now, as I make my way back to Meridia, I take the long way back so that I can get various items along the way. That's just how I choose to do it. Please, spin. Thank you. Spin to win. Alright, okay, enough of that. You know what? You might as well be aggressive in this room, huh? Because you're getting an energy upgrade in this next room. I just realized you might as well just like go balls to the wall, kinda. Alright, let's see if we can get both of them. Gotta land right in the middle. Hey, we got him. And yes, I do have trouble with that, I'm not gonna lie. Look at that. I almost missed him. Okay. Now, there's two long routes we can take back. We're taking the shorter long route, because I feel that that's more appropriate. People don't want to see me get certain items or not get certain items. Okay, I think this is the right amount of content to do. So we're going to go down here, get the super missiles, and the this route will lead basically to some super missiles, another energy tank, and some power bombs that we don't really need, and what else? That's so annoying. Great. Spin. What the heck? Great. That's awesome. Okay. Really cool. All for something we don't need. Who needs 15 power bombs? That's a ridiculous concept. 15 power bombs? Just think about that. Imagine that like in a news headline, like 15 power bombs went off in some place in a terrorist attack. Sorry if I destroyed your ears by placing my coffee cup down. Oh, kitty, you're breathing on my arm. Oh, but I can't punish you because you're too cute. Kitty. I hope you can see her little head on the camera. She looks really cute. She's purring. She's very happy. This is the happiest cat in the world, I think. She purrs more than any other cat that we've ever had. She is just so happy. Look at that. I got stuck in the wall. We'll run down here. I think there's an energy tank down here. We're just going to pick up little miscellaneous trinkets and doodads and rag and bone type paraphernalia and various random items. Going back through here. Whoops. Scoop up those extra super missiles. See, we could have went right back down here, but then we would be short, like, all that stuff that I just picked up. We don't even need it. It's just, it's fun to play the game, frankly. It's a worthwhile thing to do just to enjoy the game for 10 minutes longer. Now be honest, who in the comment section, because they call that the noob tube, who was the noob and couldn't figure that part out and had to look it up online? I'll be honest, the first time I played this game, I might be misremembering this, but the way I remember it was I was sitting there on GameFAQs as a teenager. I was... Because, like I said before, I didn't play this when I was a kid. I was like a young man at this point. I want to say I was 15, 14 at least, first time I played this. I'm probably not going to get these extra missiles here, not with a terrible... Yeah. Got to try that one more time. And anyway, I was going to say, the way I remember it was I basically looked up every single thing in the game. Man, I was so annoying on GameFAQs when I was a young man. I must have annoyed the shit out of those people. Like, I would go on there and I would ask stupid questions, no etiquette, no regard for other life forms, no sophistication. Oh, crap. We're not getting the extra missiles now. I would just go on there and ask questions that have already been asked repeatedly, and people would get annoyed with me. Like, there would be 7 other topics, like, how do I wall jump? And I would be the one to make the 8th topic. I remember some dude trying to teach me how to wall jump, too, by explaining it to me via text. Isn't that a weird concept in and of itself? Kitty, you're kind of getting on my nerves here. You're not sitting in a proper position. She's like falling off of me. Do you have to wall kick there, or can you make it, if you do it properly, can you make it without the wall kick? What the heck? Seriously? See, I always remember things a little differently. I remember shooting downward there. I think I might be from a different planet. I might be from... It almost proves the multiverse theory. Why would that be in my head otherwise? I kind of like this boss. This is it's a simplistic boss, admittedly, but I just enjoy it. Okay, let's miss with every single super missile. That's great. Are you telling me that doesn't hurt him when it hits his body? Well, let's stick with the super missiles, even though he's flying around 1,000,000 miles per hour. There we go. Okay, good. Good. This game's going to be over before we know it. I mean, we're headed towards a boss here. And then it's just going to be go back and kill Ridley and then the Mother Brain. That's it. That's the game. Well, okay, we'll get the missiles on the way back because I kind of just fell out of there. Fell down there, rather. What do we have here? Did you know that if you have the grappling beam, you can break these panels on these with your missiles? And if the boss grabs you, you can use your grappling beam to grab the electricity and create so it's essentially you're tricking it into grabbing a big ball of electricity, and I think it insta kills the boss. Which is really cool. I have an appreciation for that. They have something like that in Metroid Dread where if you handle the boss properly, you can do a shine spark on the boss and just insta kill the boss. Or I wouldn't say insta kill, but you can kill it more quickly than usual. That's a better way of putting it. Isn't that kind of screwed up, don't you think, that the babies come and carry the mother's corpse away? I don't understand how the space jump works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That appears to be the pattern to me. I usually find myself... See, I find myself having to press it twice a lot of the time. And I also find myself just using wall kicks because of the fact that it's unreliable. I know someone's going to be like, well, you have to be spinning. Well, yeah, I'm spinning, but I still have to press it 2 or sometimes 3 times. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just not pressing it with proper timing. But that doesn't explain anything. I don't know what the timing is. I don't know what the proper timing would be. See, like there I pressed it 4 times and it didn't work. Better off just doing wall kicks. The plasma beam. Oh yeah, the plasma beam. Everyone loves the plasma beam. Time to go get Ridley. I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden I want this game to be over with. Like, let's go balls to the wall. Let's beat this game. Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it. I want to beat it now. But that doesn't mean I won't stop to kill some bugs in the meantime. To load up my, missiles. Isn't that right, kitty? Good enough. Seriously lacking in the super missile department. So hopefully we find something later that, you know, drops super missiles. I had to slow down there, otherwise I would have got hit by the fire. Ah! Get in the hand. Don't these guys drop super missiles often? Well, there's one. There's one, kitty. She's back to breathing on my arm. Screw attack. I had to jump to get that, isn't that weird? Couldn't stick my hand out and pick up the thing. Okay, we don't need that. Please, space jump. Sometimes I just go ahead and press it 3 times. Let me guess. Okay. So you have to use the super missile to kill the thing that drops a super missile. What you doing, kitty? You crawling around on my arm? Looks like my arm's gonna be locked in a certain uncomfortable position for the rest of this run, guys. This may impact my gameplay. I have so many other video ideas, guys. Stuff I want to do, stuff I want to talk about. I don't just play video games. That's probably my primary hobby, but I do a whole bunch of other stuff. I may have mentioned this in a previous video before I forget, but one of my lamer ideas was I was like, what if I do food about like dieting and exercise? But isn't that the most boring freaking thing? I realized that immediately after I thought about that. Don't you hate when someone starts talking about like, how much water do you drink? Are you getting the right vitamin C levels and stuff? I mean, I'm into that, but I think the average person would just be like, what is this shit? And plus, there's something about hearing somebody else's diet and exercise you just don't give a shit. Like everybody, it seems like everybody would care about their own maybe, but not someone else's, certainly. Come on, kicky, kicky, kicky. Anyway, like, the actual interesting videos that I would want to do would be, like, I want to do videos about music, I want to do top 10 lists, I want to do, like, my top 10 movies, top 10 games. I'm not a big movie person. If anything, that would make my list more interesting. Because it would be a very non-typical list. Ah, poor kitty. I have to move my arm to get a drink of coffee. Kitty, I would have died to Ridley without this drink of coffee. I would have fell asleep in the middle of the fight. Open up the mouth. Mouth. M-O-U-F. Mouth. Open up the mouth for the super missiles. Bouncy, bouncy time, Ridley. Just don't do any attacks other than the bouncy, bouncy. How about that? Just do the pogo. Hello? Let me go. Man, he's already red AF. You're gonna die, Ridley. This is revenge for earlier in the game, isn't it? How are you still alive? That's my question. You were red like 6 minutes ago. I think what he's trying to do is grab me. If you shoot him enough when he's already dead, he eventually has to give up if he can't grab you, and he just dies anyway. So he tries to do this grab move on you. Let's try to block him from doing that. Yeah, that's right. You're done, bud. You're done, bud. My friends, the end is nigh. I would say we're 80% of the way into the game. We're not going to grab the extra health down there because who cares? It's an easy game. I think you can go that way, but we're not doing that. Oh, I guess we are. So it was the opposite. It was the inverse of what I'm saying. Like, we're not getting the power bombs. The goal now is to beat the game. We're not here to collect items anymore. We're not having fun. This isn't some sort of pleasure island, steamboat, tapioca pudding, mystery, prize, bonanza. This is balls to the wall, like we're going to the end of the game. That's as soon as we can figure out how to get out of this room. Why? Why do you exist? Why are there walls in my way? Why would they put those there? What does that add to the game? Okay. Hello. So we're going back up to the top. We're going to the spaceship to recoup. And then we're gonna do the thing. Now here you have to turn your screw attack off, because otherwise you'll destroy the floor. Now I believe at this point you can turn screw attack back on. Hello? Well, someone enjoyed that. Just glad someone got something out of that. Hello. Got a little overzealous there. Okay. Thank you guys. Start giving my victory speech early like I always do. Thank you guys for joining me on this run. It was fun, but I'm done. Signed, Dr. Seuss. Yeah. Here we go. Ah, can you believe I fell in the lava right there? Did you know that you don't have to leave the room if you get a Metroid stuck on you? Or I'll show you. Some people didn't know this, but if you use bombs, you can just get it off of you. It might take a few tries, but I noticed some people online, they assumed that you actually, if you get the Metroid stuck on you, you have to leave the room. That's not the case. By the way, I use the default controls for this game, and I use the default controls for Mega Man X as well. A lot of people, that blows their minds when they discover that about me. Because I guess a lot of people like to put dash on the right shoulder button for Mega Man X. I actually do a weird thing with my thumb where I lay it across all three of the bottom face buttons, and I just leave it like that the whole game when I'm playing Mega Man X. Likewise, in this game, I kind of do a similar thing. I use the default controls, and I sort of adapt. My fingers have adapted to playing the game that way. So, I would dare to say, although the controls in this game are a little flawed, I grew to like them more, and I like them even more than the controls in Metroid Dread. Perhaps, admittedly, perhaps because I'm just more used to them, but still. It's amazing what your muscle memory can develop. Like, things that you once thought were like... How do I explain this? Basically, you ever look at a boss and you're like, no, I would never beat that. Like, for example, I showed my friend Terraria, and I'm trying to get him into it, and like, he took one look at it and looked at one of the bosses in that game, and he was like, no, I could never do that. I'm just like, why not? Like, It's really amazing what the human what a human brain can do. It really is. It's like a supercomputer. People need to have faith in themselves because it really is remarkable what you can do. You are more powerful and smarter than you think you are. That applies to almost everybody. Unless you're some incredible narcissist and you think you're like some sort of supervillain that is destined to take over the world or something crazy like that. Unless you have some extremely inflated sense of self-worth, some kind of incredible ego problem, you're probably more talented than you think you are. I'm not kissing your butt, I'm just being realistic. I knew that would happen. I knew I'd get hit by a bomb. You're in trouble now, bitch. You killed my baby Metroid. Kitty, you're tickling my arm during the final boss fight, even though it's the easiest fight in the entire world. It's still annoying. Look at that, 3 minutes on the clock as I leave the room. Hello. We made it. Kitty, we did it. We blew up the planet. We blew up the planet, Kitty. Blew up the planet, and then the Galactic Federation says, "Good job, Samus," and sends her on to the next planet. Doesn't that seem a little screwy? You ever think about the ramifications of that? An hour and 12 minutes. Let's see what my completion percentage was. You know, maybe this exists in the same universe as Star Wars, and the Galactic Federation is like the Empire, the Darth Vader people. I'm not big on Star Wars, but I'm pretty sure the Empire is the bad guys, right? That would explain a lot. Look at that. Look at that sexy body. I'm glad that the standards for human sexuality have gone up over the last few decades. It's a shame what we had to jerk off to when we were kids. Okay, see ya. Thanks for watching.